Hello. Hello. Can you hear? Can you hear me now? Nice. Wait, I'll just update my link to Facebook so that the other guys won't be guessing or won't be lost on the live tutorial. Yep. Okay. Wait up. Just wait for a moment, guys. Wait, ah. Yep. Now we're good. Sorry about earlier. Okay. There are messages in my Facebook now asking for the link. So I updated also the post in Facebook. So hopefully no one's will get lost on the tutorial. Sorry about that. This is my first time doing this. So I'll just wait for the other guys to come in. Thank you so much, Abrel. Thank you. Anything again? Thank you. Thank you, I. I hope they can join us soon. I can't sing. Hello, Mabik. Ingat dyan sa Pinas. Ay, Tagalog. So, yeah. So, what we're gonna do... Hi, Kiko. Share to your friends there in Dubai, to Jbin, to whoever. Oh, UAE, not Dubai. Sorry. So what we're gonna learn today or this afternoon is, I hope this will last only about 30 minutes of your time. So what we're gonna learn here is to how to use these reference lines as a reference of our element, and how to define origin, how to create the family that can be rotated. So in here, I didn't use any Pythagorean theorem or any Sokotowa formula. So this is just doing the modeling based on the reference lines and hosting in the correct element. So also customizing your family according to what you needed, defining the origin of the family, so that it will follow according to your pivot. So with this, we can rotate to any angle that we wanted, that this will not be lost on its origin to this point. So you can modify this element according to most specific details that you have or you want. And but for me, for my discussion only, I made it more simpler so that it will not uh, it will not be long to discuss how the logic of this kind of family is. So the main aim is to know the logic on how to create this family. This type of detailing of that family can be modified according to what you needed. So in this session, I'll just give you the the logic on how to create this type of family. Okay, so now we have 10 people watching in the stream. So it's fine. Maybe I'll just proceed. Then the rest of the guys that are maybe still not here, maybe they can just replay this video. Okay, so what we need to learn in this family is, at first you will thought that when I need to build this kind of family, I must build it like a regular family. So this is the one that I did yesterday before I do this live video. Of course, I need to study the family first. So at first, when you have to build this, the thought that the first thing that you can think of is to build like this, vertically upright, because the family is vertically upright also. And the arm, you will might think of modeling something like this. But in reality, the family that you have to build is not really the directly upright, because we have to understand what will be the host of our family. So in this study, I have the host of this reference line, which is the one that will be controlling the angle of all of this element. So now we will do this family on this new uh, Revit model that I did, which is this one. Oh, no, this one. Yep. So I nested the post on this family. So first things first, we have to go to our left side elevation. So this is our left side elevation. I'll just create a reference plane, a horizontal reference plane, and I will name this one as offset pivot. So pivot offset or whatever you want to name it. And then maybe vertical. Then I'll just copy this one. Horizontal offset. Okay. So I won't control this one first. I'll just put a dimension and then locked it. Same thing for the height. I'll just put a dimension and then locked it. So from here, I will create a reference line. Under create tab, reference line. And then I will click from this intersection into what extents you want. So an angular. So the difference of a reference plane to a reference lines is flexible. You can edit it anytime you want. That's why it works in angle. Unlike for reference planes, once I sketch a reference plane, I won't be able to change it or change its orientation. So it's fixed. So if I need to rotate it, I can just click command rotate and I will rotate it manually. So it's not flexible, it is fixed. Unlike for reference lines, it is flexible. So it's good for angle parameter. So that's why when you need an angle, you need to use your reference line. So after creating your reference line, you must lock it to its pivoting point. Or if you don't want to move this point, you must lock it to a reference plane. Okay, so once you have that one locked already in the x and y axis, you can now create your angular dimension. So depends on you want to control the angle through based on horizontal reference or to a vertical reference. So for me, I'll just use the vertical reference. So I'll put a parameter for this one, which is which will I call after 10 years. Sorry for the delay. So we wait for a while it's loading. There. So we call this one as a parameter. And I'll put this under dimensions group parameter. Okay. So I'll click OK. Now we have the angle. So now I can just create 42 degrees, 30 degrees. We flex our parameter. Every time we have the reference plane and reference line, we flex our parameter. So we know that this one is already fixed to this point and it's following the angle that we wanted. Now, after having this reference line, we need to talk about how we will build the family. So what we need in our family is we need a face-based family, not a family that's like this. So if it's like this, we won't be able to host it in our reference line. So what we need is a face-based family. So I'll go to File, New, Family, and then I will look for a face-based family. So I have already a template that I'm using in our office. So I will use this template, generic model face-based. So a face-based family has this element already by default. And I created already some default parameter based on our standards in our company. So what I need to build here is a family that can be hosted in a reference line. Hello, Jeff Tan. So now you're thinking maybe you're building the family vertically upright, perpendicular to the plane. But in that family, since we're hosting it in a line that is moving towards an elevation, what we can do is we will build our family that is resting on the plane itself. So what I mean is like this. So create, sweep. So I'll create a sweep, sketch path, and then pick lines. And I'll just trim this, align this point and lock, align this point and lock, then finish or the radius, fillet, arc. Then we can just specify here about 100. Yep, finish. And then select profile, edit profile. I'll go to my left side elevation and then I'll sketch according to the center, maybe about, okay, I'll make this parametric. So to make a circle parametric, you enable the center mark visible and then lock it to a reference plane. X and Y, and then put a diameter, then make a parameter. I don't know why my family is working slower right now using the adding the parameter, but uh, I hope you can bear with me. Yep, there. So I'll just name it a diameter. Then finish, finish. There you go. So this is our family. So always associate the material parameter. So I have already default parameter. I think because it's work from home. That's why it's lower, Julius. So now I have this family. We're not done yet. We need to understand which will be our origin. By default, all the family that, especially the default family types, in Autodesk, the origin is based on the center. Okay? This is very important in analyzing the family. Where do you want to pivot? So if this is our origin, it will pivot in this center. So what we need to do is to fix the point in this origin. So what we can do is just select this reference plane and then put it as an origin, defining origin. And then same as the reference plane, I'll put it as a defining origin. Aside from defining origin, you have to pin this point so that this will be the fixed point. So that is the main trick in this pivoting parameter. Sorry, Casey. I'm shy. So, yep. So this will be the fixed point. So I will pin this out, or I pin this and then unpin the center. So it will be free. Remember, every family should have a one fixed point on the x-axis and one fixed point on the y-axis, and the rest should be free so it can be moved. So this one will be pinned, and then the center one will be unpinned. Okay, so once we pin this out already and we define the origin from this point, our family is good to go to be hosted in our reference line. So we will load this into project. So I won't save this for the sake of discussion, but of course, when you're building your family, save your component and then before loading to the right family host. So we can just load into project the family 4 and then I click OK there. So from here, I need to host it in the reference line. So I will cancel first, escape, escape. I'll set the work plane to the reference line. Pick a plane, and then I'll pick the vertical face of the reference line. So because there's a lot in the reference line, there's a vertical, horizontal, and even the edge. You can host it in that edge. But for this case, I will host it in this vertical reference or the vertical reference plane of the reference line. So I'll click this, then I'll command the component place on work plane. Then I can just simply host it in the reference line. I don't know if you notice, I won't lock anything on this one. Oops. So from here, we need to flip the direction of our family. So we are going to go back to the family face base, and then I'll put the control tool. So control, double vertical, and double horizontal. Okay. So, oops. So I load it back to the family 4. Overwrite the existing version so that when I hosted it, I can just simply flip it if it's in the wrong direction. Okay, so now I'll move this family to the origin. Now, let's see the magic from this one. 20. Now it's following. 30. Okay, so next thing that we can do is uh, the association of this family. So what we need is another sets of reference line that is hosted to this reference line. So since I already set my work plane to this reference line, so I can just simply create another reference line that has an offset of 300 from here. And I can just simply dimension this and then say this is the sorry about this. It's gone slower. There. Let's just say this one is the arm depth. I'll just put it anywhere in the dimension group. Then Then also on this one here, I'll just create a reference line that is perpendicular. Then I'll put a angular dimension. How about the offset from reference level? So I haven't fixed the offset from reference level yet. Later, when we finish this angular dimension or the rest of the family, we will put a parameter on that offset. So this one, I'll just simply lock this 90 degrees. Why we need to lock this one? Because so that it will follow this reference line and it will keep the 90 degrees from this reference line. Okay? So when I rotate this one to 20 degrees, so it will follow it will fix the 90 degrees here. So it won't leave the reference line without any reference. So for this one, I can just associate this uh, depth into the arm depth there. Okay, so that when I adjust this 450, so it will follow 300. There you go. Then this one, I'll just create an offset reference line, offset, let's say 1000 there. Then I can just simply create a dimension here. And then I'll put a parameter. So it's Revit is taking its time there. So I'll put arm length dimension, click OK. And then I'll associate this width to my arm length. There you go. Then um, since this one is, we need to have it reference with for our lamp element itself, we can fix this edge of line to that point. So what I'm saying is I can just simply extend this reference line, trim extend single element to that point, so that when I adjust this 450, the reference line that is already fixed here, it will follow the width reference line. Okay, I hope you got that. There. So now we have our family parameter that is already fixed with reference lines and it's already fixed with the angle. Now, next is the lamp itself. So the lamp, earlier I told you, you might thought of thinking, or you might thought of building something like this. You might thought of building something like this because since it's vertical, but actually what we need to build is, where is it? This one. What we need to build is something like this. Okay? So we go back to our family. So, okay, guys, we go back to, I lost my, okay, where are we now? Okay, go back to this one. So I'm gonna create a new family again. And then family template, generic model face base. Then we will build this lamp family. So from here, the origin is the center front back and the center left right. So what we can do, we can just simply shift the defining origin to this left hand side, define origin, and then pin it, pn to pin, and then unpin the center left right. And then we can just simply fix this as a origin because it's a revolve. So what we can do is we can just command our revolve, create revolve tool. There you go, revolve. boundary line. So I'm gonna create an axis line first. You want to learn this, yeah, I have a video of using the form tools in the family. So you can just simply play that video out and learn how to use these form tools. So boundary line. So I'm gonna create a simple shape here. So I won't be that detailed in creating the model itself. Okay. Then just align. All right. Then we can just create some radius here. Maybe we'll do a different radius. Yep. There you go. So, and then I can just simply offset this out by maybe about 10 mm. There. Thick lines. Lock. Always lock your element to the reference plane or reference line, not to the element. Because if you lock it to the element, most likely it will explode and it will lose its parametric attributes. So here I can just finish this one out, finish, and then we will have our revolve. So let's see if it's parametric 200. Oops, no, it's not parametric. So, sorry, because I forgot this to lock. So you see, I forgot the parameter on my element. Finish. See now if it's parametric 200. Oh, still no. It revolve. Wait, guys. I think I did some mistakes here. So let's see. Let's try a simple one. Click, click, trim to corner. Align this to the reference plane. Then align this to the reference plane. Then let's do just the, maybe because I complicate that shape there. So I'll just do a radius here and then offset 10 mm. Then create a boundary line here and lock. Boundary line here and lock. Okay. Then trim to corner. Trim to corner. There you go. Then put some dimension to lock it. Of course, if you have some information on your lamp itself, you can just follow the dimension of that one. This one, because I don't have, except for this image, I don't have any information on the lamp. So just finish. Then let's see the width. Let's see 300. Okay, so it's good. Then this one about 200. Yeah, so it's fine. So 250. There you go. So always associate the material. So when you look at it in 3D, it will look like this. Okay, so we double check first. This one is pin. This is unpin. This is pinned. This is my origin. And this is my origin. So now I'm ready to load it into the project or into the other family. So I'll load this one out to the family 4. Click OK. There. So I escape first because I forgot to set my reference line. So my reference line is the vertical reference line here. That will be the host of that family. So I'll create a reference line, creating reference line from here through to here. Okay? Then we will put a parameter, angular parameter from here through to here. You know that this is A, this is equal to A as well. So from here, I can just simply click the A, 20 degrees. So when I change this to 30, this one will be 30. Oops, I forgot to lock. So what I can do is I just need to lock this reference line to the point. And to this reference line as well. Oops, it over constrained. So one lock will be fine for this one. So I can just click the 30 degrees there. So it won't change as long as you lock the reference line point to the reference line. So 20. Now we have our correct reference line to place our family. So earlier, we placed this family on this work plane of this reference line. For this lamp, I need to host it in this reference line because it won't follow this reference line, but it needs to follow this reference line. Okay? So I can have it as a set, a plane, and then this reference work plane of the reference line that is vertically upright. So I click this, and then I'll command the component. Then this bell place on work plane, and then simply click the spacebar to rotate, and then click this, move, place it there. You no need to lock for placing of this. Why you no need to lock? For this case here, I didn't lock. For this case here, I didn't lock. Because you already have the defining origin that this family needs to be the pivoting point will be on this point. Same case for this arm. The pivoting point is this one, the origin. So you no need to lock it. And the reference line that as its host is already locked on this position. So it will follow this reference line for the any movement of the reference line. The element will just follow. Okay, so now that I have this, I can just test out if this one will be fixed here. So I can just simply change the angle to 50. So you see, it won't change the position. It will just simply follow through. So 20, then 30. See if we change the depth, this one will need to move down a bit. So I can just simply change this one, 450, don't fail me. There. So there you go. Then we can just simply create a parameter for this offset. Wow, really, Revit's taking its time to... Okay, there. Horizontal offset. And then vertical offset. Okay, so let's see. 350. Let's say this one is 200. There. Once we view it in 3D, oops, it's a lot of dimension. So we can just go VV and switch off the dimension of the reference line. So our only left that we can see here is our family. So we can just maybe a little closer, horizontal offset. So this one, you can just simply arrange it or put the rest into the other group. So maybe this one is 100, lie, yep, there. So the plate here, what we can do for the plate, we can just create a reference plane here. It says that this one is equal. Then I'll lock this one first. Then I can just create an extrusion here, maybe about 3 mm, 6 mm maybe. 3 mm is too thin. We can just mirror this one out. dimension, and then lock it, dimension, and then lock. Okay, so once it's done, we can just simply create an extrusion, set the work plane, pick a plane, set this one as a reference, and then go to my left hand side. And then from here, I can just simply sketch it out. So I can just simply sketch a rectangle here. Then I can just make this one equal and put a parameter. You can put a parameter if you wanted to, or you can just simply leave it as like that, or locked it. Yep. And then this one I can just fillet arc. So I can just click here, or maybe closer. Oops. You can center mark visible and then align it to this reference plane. There. Okay. So I can just finish, reference level, line, and lock. So if you want to do the same thing to the right hand side, same thing. You can just copy this one out. Oh no, because my reference plane is here. So what you can do, you can just simply copy this sketch, finish, go to reference level again, command another extrusion, set the work plane, pick a plane on this right hand side, and then go to the right, then paste, Control V, there you go, and then mirror it. So I just mirrored it, and then put a dimension, make sure that this is reference line, not the shape handle, because the shape handle is the extrusion from behind. So I'm gonna tab to select the line, tab again to select the reference line, then equalization, tab. So we need to pick the correct element, because if you don't pick the correct element, the dimension will be hosted to the extrusion from behind. So I can just simply lock this arc here. There you go. Then finish this one. I just need to lock it. Finish. Then I can just simply lock this. Align and lock. There you go. So it's not touching our radius. We can, what we can do is we can extend this to this point here. Edit extrusion, or we can just simply drag this to inside. You can always put a void on the intersection here if you wanted to, by creating the void here in this family. So I just nest this one, so you can just edit and put a void in there. Okay, so from here I can just change the angle again, the horizontal offset, let's say 150. So it's following 100. Vertical offset 500. There, 300. So everything is good. So one last thing that I can teach you is to set a limit on the angle. The earlier one that I didn't thought about it. But if you need to set a fix or a range of dimension on this angle, or for example, because it cannot be at 90 degrees. So if you want to limit it on the 90 degrees, you can always create a new parameter for this one. So we can just select the left hand side and then click this and then create a new parameter. Then host it as put it as a if rules. So once you have that if rules, you will be enabled to limit the angle that can be specified in this family. So if you don't want to have it as up to the 90-degree angle. So I'll call this one if A. So same thing for this. I will change it to if A. Then I'll go to if A, and I'll put this one under other. There. So the if A is the one will limit the angle that can be specified in our family. So if A is greater than, let's say your limit is 88 degrees or maybe 80 degree, then comma, that the true result, if the condition is true, what will be the result? If it's greater than 80, what will be the value that the Revit will follow? So I'll just put 80, so it will be fixed in 80 degrees. Then if it's false, it will follow to A. So whatever angle A have. So let's see if this one will work. Okay. So now you can see that if I specify the 20 degrees, the angle of if A is 20 degrees. If I put, for example, 85 degrees, this one will need to show as 80 degrees only. See? Then I click apply. See? So this is the worst. So I don't think that the lamp can be limited to this point. We can just maybe decrease the value. If its angle is greater than 60, so it will follow the 60-degree angle, apply. So even 60 is too much. So it's up to you. So that's how if rules works. So as long as you have the condition and the angle specified or the value specified, and then what will be uh, the reaction of your family. For example, I put 65 here, so it will be still 60. But when I put 50 degree, so it will follow the A because the condition is false. It's not greater than 60 degrees. That's why it will still follow the value of A. So I hope you got that one. So that's how you limit the your angle of the family. I click apply. So if you want to limit it 45 degrees, you can just do so. Okay? So yeah. So that's about the pivoting of family. So I hope you guys learned it from this tutorial. And I hope that you enjoyed listening to me. Sorry about the earlier trouble of the mic. I don't know what happened there. Uh, there. It's parametric. Yay. I don't have any sound effects, sorry. I'm just new in doing this live thing. All right. Any question? Spaceship. So if you guys have any questions on how to build your family, so like Jeff, he asked me about this, how to pivot this thing. So uh this is how it is, and I hope I answered the question, and I hope I did help him uh for his concern on how to build this family. So yeah, any parametric family that might be uh challenging for you or for us, we can work it out and then try to solve it. I hope I can help on that one. So I think I should end this tutorial on this one. And if you have any more questions or violent reaction, just comment down in the comment box below. And message me, follow me in my Facebook page, Revit House. And of course, subscribe to the channel. I hope I can help you out in your future endeavors in the Revit or Navisworks. Anything in BIM. Okay. Thank you guys for staying in my live tutorial. And I hope I can have your support in the future live tutorial. All right, no more question? I will wait for a while for any questions. If you have, or if you got the. Thank you, Kiko. How to create. Uy. You're the expert on creating kids. Okay, I guess no more question. I will end this tutorial. Thank you guys. Thank you. Thank you, Mabik. Thank you, Jeff, Casey, Tarugo, Julius, Kiko, Abrel. Thank you. And for those guys that are here earlier, and yep, just let me know if you have any topic requests that we can discuss with. Thank you. God bless. Bye bye you.